Today we are in Bellevue, Michigan. We are with Pam. She is the owner of Beautiful Things. And it's not just Beautiful Things, it's Beautiful Things and what, Pam? What's the rest of the title?
Beautiful Things, art, antiques, and vintage items.
And you have a lot of those here. And then who's your friend?
This is Milo.
Milo's a neat dog. Seems to be very content on your lap. Okay, Beautiful Things. First of all, you're in Bellevue. You're downtown. You're real easy to find. You get to Bellevue, they can find you. What's the physical address here?
123 North Main Street.
And what's the phone number?
269-967-8404.
So they come to Bellevue. What days should they come, and what hours should they come as well?
We're officially open Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from noon until 5 p.m. and Saturdays. But if the lights are on and you're in town, try the door because we're probably open.
Good to know. Good to know. Now, what is it that you have here? I know the title kind of describes it, but why don't you tell us a little bit? I've noticed some pretty interesting things here, but go ahead.
Well, we are remodeling, I shouldn't say restoring, but we're trying to make the building, which was built in the 1800s, early 1800s, as appropriate for the period as possible. And in doing that, we have focused on trying to give that feel of that vintage era, as well as just collectibles that people like. We try to focus on giving pieces of life that families don't need anymore in one family, but they might need it in another, and we try to be very competitively priced. We have things here that range from $2 to thousands of dollars. We have pieces in here that are over 300 years old, and we have art that is original. So it really just kind of depends on what you're looking for. We have a very eclectic mix.
You do. I was looking myself, very interesting. And one thing I also noticed, you have some really good prices.
Well, one of our mottos is to try and really focus on the repurposing and reusing of things, recycle if necessary, but we're not always an upcycle person. We're really a repurpose if possible. And without saying anything negative about any discount facility, we'd like to be a place where you can come and buy a piece of furniture that if you really like painted furniture, you can paint it, but it's made out of original wood and it's not gonna fall apart the minute it rains outside and you get a little humidity in your house.
Good to know. Good to know. Now, you're right downtown. Excuse me, right downtown. Mm-hmm. So you're easy to find. Now, what's in the back? Go ahead and tell us about that a little.
So a few years ago, a discovery was made in Bellevue. It actually made USA Today as well as some other national news. A mastodon skeleton was found, and if you're not familiar with that, that's in the elephant family between the age of the current elephant and the woolly mammoth. And the remains were found by a local man, and he wanted to donate them to the town if possible for a children's museum. So we've created a kind of natural history and Native American and Mastodon museum in the back of our building until we raise enough money so that we can put it in its own building.
Wow, that is really interesting. Very interesting. It was on USA Today?
It was. Several years ago,
or I should say in USA Today.
It was in USA Today, yes. Yes, a local man, his name is Danny LaPointe, discovered it while he was digging for a pond on his property and knew instantly that it was something more than, a deer or something else. And so that's part of the history that we talk about when people come to visit the bones in the museum. But they are out, available for children to actually touch them and really kind of get to know and compare their own leg bone to the animal, and it makes for a very interesting visit.
How old is it?
The University of Michigan dated it between 10 and 13,000 years.
Oh, okay. Very, very interesting. So you got quite a pretty interesting setup here with all kinds of different things on both ends of the building.
We do. We enjoy it here.
Wow. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I appreciate the time that you've taken, and we hope that you'll stop out for a visit.
Yes, folks, stop, visit them. Apparently, it's very interesting for everybody in the family, from kids all the way up to adults, all kinds of different things. Is Milo usually here with you?
He is usually here with me. He is my mascot.
So you can see dinosaurs and dogs and all kinds of interesting. In this background here, where we're doing this interview, is a famous, well, I don't know if it's famous, but an interesting painting. And then they have a whole bunch more. You have obviously the dinosaur stuff in back, and then up front. How many square feet does this building hold?
The main level is about 1,700 square feet, and a little bit of it is being repurposed right now for an office space, but we're turning that into more floor space for the antiques, and I am actually renovating the second story right now, so that'll be more space available. It's actually full right now and kind of covered while we're doing the remodeling, but yeah, it'll be a 2-story accessible building for all kinds of antiques and interesting things.
Oh, that's great, Pam. Now, one more time before we go, anything else you'd like to add?
I think that covers it right now.
Okay. Before we go, what's your address one more time?
123 North Main Street, downtown Bellevue.
Phone number?
269-967-8404.
And your hours of operation?
Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from noon until 5, and Saturdays.
Same hours?
Actually, we're open a little bit longer in the evening on Saturdays.
Okay. Well, folks, come visit them. That's Beautiful Things in downtown Bellevue, Michigan. Very interesting. There's something for everybody. Come give them a visit. Excuse me. Say hi to Milo and Pam. Pam's great. She's got a great attitude, great personality. She'll welcome you with open arms. Come visit them. Beautiful Things, Bellevue, Michigan.